So the schools have been cancelled now. Got me thinking about schools, really, about how I'd feel if I was in school. I thought it was cancelled. I'd probably be happy because I didn't really get on that well in school, to tell you the truth. I had it against me. I mean, I'm dyslexic. Some of you may have noticed that by my status updates. I'm also colourblind, so my English was illegible and my artwork looked like I was on acid. I mean, I was, but I didn't want the teachers to know that. They might tell my mum, you know? I mean, but the teachers weren't really that big of fans of me. They didn't like me too much. They used to take every opportunity to try and put me down. I mean, I remember history, one student quipped that during Hitler's rise to power, I'd be a shoo-in for employment servicing the ladies of the Reich. Then the history teacher interjected and said that the Nazis don't actually take rejects. I mean, that hurt. I mean, no one likes to be left out. But maths was the worst though. Maths, I was terrible at maths. I messed about so much in maths. I got dropped down to set 7. I didn't even do GCSE. I did a certificate of education, which is basically like saying, yeah, he was here. You know, but Mr. Jones was a maths teacher. He hated me. He really didn't like me. You know, I really got the impression that I wasn't one of his favourite pupils. He'd be like, right, everybody, get your Pritt stick. Apart from Kris Davies, because he'll probably sniff it. Genuine, you know. I mean, there was only 4 people in my maths class, and one of them was lost. The ironically named Harmony was the most miserable person I'd ever met in my life, but she was hard as fuck. She really was, you know. She was a black belt in something, but I was too afraid to ask. She used to carry nunchucks in her bag, you know. All the teachers were afraid of her. She was always allowed a Pritt stick. But before the virus came in, I used to go into schools quite a lot with my job. I'm part of a team that specialises in sexual health, so I used to run the PSE lessons, you know. And now I'm waiting to be deployed because of the virus, and I can see that being rolled out not just to young people, but to older people as well, you know, because there's a need for it. I think it's like syphilis and gonorrhea are on the rise right now. They're coming back, vintage STIs from a bygone era, because the older generation are getting divorced and then they're re-entering the singles market. I mean, they're shagging like it's Woodstock, you know, and it's only going to get worse. Now they banned the soaps. I can see me next week outside your house knocking on the window, doing a sexual health demonstration, you know, with a demonstrator and a condom, banging on the window like, Jan, don't open it with your teeth. Don't open it with your teeth, Jan. Jan! Oh, just a thought, you know. But before the virus, I used to go back to my old school. I quite liked that because when we were in front of the other pupils, the teachers would have to call me sir. And I quite liked that because they didn't enjoy doing that. And I liked that, you know, like, sir, put your hand up when you speak to me, Mr. Jones. And just remember, that clock is for me and not for you. Just put the Pritt stick down there and go back to your desk. Thank you very much. And you thought I'd amount to nothing. So just pinch the end and roll it down the shaft.